Hello. Maybe. Had some technical difficulties, so hopefully everything is good. I forgot I did that as the poll. Nice. For those who will be watching the VOD channel in the future, the poll today was which is better, which is better, Canada Day or 4th of July, which it is July 1st, so it is Canada Day. How is that poll doing? I'm curious. 100% say 4th of July. No Canadians in here yet, or they don't like their country. Either way, hello. Welcome. We got some people coming in here. I know I'm extremely late. Technical difficulties. I almost always forget that... I don't know what the dog's problem is. There's no one here. So, anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. I almost always forget that this camera is... It has to be actually on and up here and plugged in for it to show up on the feed. I'm like, why do I not see the top down? Oh, because there's no camera there. Every time. But that was... not the only technical difficulty I had. I started up the streaming software before I had my mic plugged in. And yeah, then I forgot to get all of the various bags that I need for the mod kits. I'm just a professional here. But we got some folks in here now. I did mod some Game Boys over the weekend. So let's show those off real quick. Or this the past week, I've done a few. Like this one here. Also, as always, if you want me to say your name out loud, say something in chat right now. But I feel like I've streamed since I made this one. But I made this one as well recently. Whoa. The all-black Game Boy Advance is back in stock. I left the peel on because there's no need to take pictures of it. We've got a clear green with a lime buttons. Both of these are V5s. And then we've got Mew back in stock as well. I think that wasn't that long ago, though. I've just been going through so many GBAs so fast. And then we've got this one here. This is a yellow, probably the last... It might be the last V2 that I do of the plain colors. We'll see. That's yet to be determined, but this is the last V2 shell that I had that's not a UV print one, which I'm also struggling to find some V2 UV prints on AliExpress. I don't know if Nintendo's coming around with a ban hammer on AliExpress, but yeah. I've still got plenty of UV prints for a little bit, though. And then also, I got one of these, which is another funny playing motherboard one. So we'll focus a little bit more on that one. Maybe. I'm on manual focus today. There we go. It is the Suicune shell, and it's all funny playing. It's funny playing 3.0 screen. It's funny playing motherboard. So it's got the sleep mode. It's got LEDs on it. The buttons also glow in the dark. I don't know if it's going to happen this fast. A little bit. It's more prominent off camera. But flashbang in 3, 2, 1. But yeah. This one is pretty cool. The Charmander one, I didn't even really get to advertise it. It sold very fast. But yeah. And last thing I want to say, since we're showing off this stuff. Oh, I've got 2 more new pockets as well. One of them's not listed yet because I need to fix it, actually. But I did an all-white Game Boy Pocket, and then there's a clear blue Game Boy Pocket that is just about ready. Let me put these away. But I would like to say now, I'm going to be gone for the 4th of July weekend. So if you are wanting any Game Boys, GameCubes, or other things from my website, shirts, you don't have to worry about this. But if you were planning on buying this GameCube or anything else, buy it today, or else it won't be shipped out until probably next Tuesday. So you have been warned. Order now or wait longer. Because I will not be home. I mean, I'm not leaving until Thursday morning, but I like to wait a day or so just to make sure there's no fraudsters. I don't ship things out the same day unless you've ordered something from me in the past and I know you're a good person. But yeah, I'm probably just going to be busy prepping to leave on Wednesday anyways. So order now or wait. Okay, I'm going to end the poll. 90% of you say 4th of July. We got a lot of 50% of my audience is American, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know. What do you guys even do on Canada Day? What is there to do? Do you guys light fireworks? Did you gain your independence from Britain, or was that France? I don't know Canadian history very well. I'm assuming that's what Canada Day is about, is independence from some monarchy. But last chance to say something in chat before I'm just going to start saying names. Hello, Radioactive Hill, Andrew, Joshua, DC, Alice, Jared, my mom, and Brian. Hello. Welcome. Brian just got his Charizard GBC from last week. That was pretty fast, because I know I didn't ship that out until, like, what, Friday? Nice. Public Scrutiny, hello. Yo, Jake, I just modded my first GBA and it turned out great. Your vids really helped. Thank you. The King of England is the head of the state for Canada too. Oh, that's weird. Interesting that I had to watch an ad as a channel member. Oh, well, yeah. I've had this conversation many a time with people. It is not like Twitch. You don't get ad-free watching. I think on members-only content, you don't get ads if it's like specifically labeled as members-only content, like early videos and stuff. I don't know why I'm taking these off. But for... I won't do the automatic driver today. I will be nice. Just kidding. I don't know where my LTT screwdriver is. Okay. I'll have to find that. It will... the automatic driver will do today. It might be a little louder. I mean, the LTT screwdriver is pretty loud too. But, what was I saying? What was said in chat? Yeah, there are ads in general on my channel, whether you're a member or not. It only goes away if you're a YouTube Premium member, which is dumb. Unlike Twitch, where I don't know if it's changed because I'm not really a Twitch user. You don't get ads if you subscribe to people on Twitch. It's dumb. I think channel members should get ad-free watching on members or channels that they're members for. But I'm not YouTube, unfortunately. Let's see. You sent some gifts to the PO box. Thank you. I will probably... hopefully they get here before... I probably just won't be able to check my PO box until I get back. But I will look forward to it. Can you say Charlie Lloyd is a British defender? It would make his day. I hope that's good enough, because I don't want to. I don't want to say anything that I don't know what I'm saying. If you get what I'm saying. Oh yeah, they do fireworks, picnics, and grilling out, same as the U.S. in some ways. I believe it celebrates Canada being allowed to make their own laws without asking British Parliament. So you're not independent from the British. That's pretty weak. Nah, I'm just kidding. I apologize for the noise, but this is all I can do right now. Unless you want me to just twist this. No, I'm not doing that. How loud is that? How bad is that? Should I mute my mic when I'm using it? Let me know. One of those or two of those were like right next to the mic. My bad. I don't know where my LTT screwdriver could have gone though. It only ever goes back in that drawer unless someone borrowed it without telling me. I have not touched the inside of this GameCube. As you can see, it is very dusty. Do about there. It is pretty dusty, but that means we're gonna have to clean it up and swap the battery on this guy right here. Probably do that later, just do all the soldering at once, but I will get out the hand vac that is missing its attachment. Everything's missing today. Where did it go? Excuse me for a moment. Found it. It isn't too loud in your opinion? Okay, because like I would rather use that on all of these Phillips screws than to use the iFixit screwdriver. I figured I'd mute for the vacuuming part. Was the Indigo mod? The mod isn't Indigo, but it's just I'm gonna put a new Indigo shell on it, which I do actually want to talk about that. So it's, even though it's a lot better than like Game Boys, a lot of these consoles are still pretty scuffed up. So I don't like to do mods without getting a new shell, and once they started making new GameCube shells was when I started thinking about, hey, maybe I should do GameCube mods as well as Game Boy mods. So that's when I started doing that, and since then the people who sell them, I think it's Bitfunks or something on AliExpress. You can find them other places, but AliExpress is where it's going to be reasonably priced. They do like all one color. That's why it's always been all clear purple or all orange and not a gray faceplate and other colors that the actual GameCubes had. But they now have added pink, indigo, and like the full spiced orange GameCube that has the gray faceplate and I think the black carrier handle and all that. So I got some of those, even though they're a little bit more expensive, probably because they have to do extra stuff to the pieces. It's not all one color. Anyways, That's what I mean by indigo, is it's going to be the indigo color. There's no new GameCube mod to my knowledge. Yeah, I know you weren't upset with me, Josh. We're good. I had a silver GameCube when I was young. I loved it, but I always wanted the indigo one. I always wanted the orange one, but that was, I didn't even know back then that was an exclusive to Japan. My friend growing up had the orange controller, and that's why I was like, dude, orange GameCube would be sick. Especially because growing up around here, it's Beaver Country. Retro Rich. Pepsi sucks. Coke's better. Yeah. Well, today I've got not sponsored. Wish they would. Alani Nutrition. I would say some great things about them, but they need to pay me first. Alright, if it's too loud, removing these, I will either mute or I will not use this when we put it back together, alright? Little test run. If anybody complains, I'll stop using it. So, speak now, forever hold your peace. Because there's just way too many of these screws. And these have probably never been reopened or opened since they were initially put in, so they're tough to get out. And this is practically a drill with its power. Not quite as powerful as a drill, but I can actually get it in there. And this is what I do when I mod GameCubes off camera, is use this. Button. Thank you, GC. 21 months. I think we've crossed the 2-year mark for the longest running members. Which I feel like, I don't know who my first member was. I know who my first patron was when I saw the Patreon. Shout out to Scott. But I want to say you were you not my first member, DC? Was it Mikey or someone else? I don't know. I'll shout out Bran real quick, because Bran has been a member of the channel for a very long time, and I haven't really seen him much in a while. And he's kept it for 2 years. He's always the first name on the list, which, by the way, the list at the end of videos, it's based off of whenever I export it. So if you came in like close to the video on Friday, you're probably not going to be on that list. And it also depends on what YouTube says as I'm checking it. And they go based off of like recently. So if you unmembered for a while and then came back, it's just wherever you came back at. It's not the order of like longest running members unless you've never stopped. If that makes any sense. Plus, I export videos over a week before it goes live for the public, because I get it up early for the members. And if you want to get videos early, join the mod squad. I don't know if I'm going to make this week or this next video early for the members. I'm debating that, just because I feel like it's big enough that I should just post it for everybody. I don't know. We'll see. Because I don't want the thumbnail circulating around, because it'll show the video to non-members to try and entice them to become a member. And I don't want that circulating for like a week and then someone else talk about the topic that I'm talking about and then so I think I might just wait on that one. I might even post it early for funsies for everybody because it's already ready. But since I'm going to be gone this weekend, I'm not going to have much time to work on videos. So I don't know if I want to shoot my schedule that far ahead. Sorry for not muting the mic there. Okay. Canada is technically independent now, but they recognize the King of England as the King of Canada. Pretty much they call the King the King of Canada and stick him on our money. He doesn't rule Canada. Does the King even rule England? Does he actually have any power there? I never have understood monarchy in the common day. It looks so fun to mod consoles. I need to try it at some point, but I need to learn to solder first. Yeah, I've been wanting to do a video or a stream where I go over solder kits and like talk about tips and stuff that I use. But I also am not a professional. And I don't want professionals to come make mean comments on my video or stream, be like, actually, you're doing it so wrong, and you're making all these terrible decisions and teaching all these people to solder wrong. Because I'm sure there's things I can do better, but for what we're doing, it's fine. It's not like we're soldering things together for a Boeing airplane. Maybe I am qualified enough to do that. Okay. Whew. A little more dust. I'll mute up again. We're going to vacuum. Hair. How does a hair get in there? I guess it could get sucked through. I don't know. Okay. I feel like I should let this run for a little bit. I've been having a little trouble lately removing the heatsink, and it has ripped off some components. It's really frustrating, and I've just been doing the same thing that I've always been doing, but I think I might want to try loosening the well, I can't think of what they're called now. These guys that are already on there. Thermal pads, that's what they're called. So I think I might grab the... Oh, do I not have one of those out anymore? Oh, that's right there. I'm going to plug this in real quick. We're going to run the system while I unscrew the screws, and hopefully that will loosen up this enough from the heat that it should come off a little easier. But that's just a theory. Okay, what else are we saying? Hey Jake, is it possible to 3D print a back plate to cover batteries on my GB Color. Yes, there are people out there that have made those already. I'm sure you could just search Thingiverse or any other sites like that and find some. They're not going to be great though. They're going to do the job, but probably be better to just buy an injected molded one. I know some places like Z Labs sell them, but I don't know, it's kind of a lot just to buy a battery cover, so you might as well try the 3D printed one if you have a 3D printer. Or you could just get a whole new shell too if you want. I don't know if that's gonna be warm enough or not. Let it run a little bit more. I don't want it to be like too hot. I don't want to harm the system. But at the same time, I don't think the GameCube really needed the fan. I think the heat spreader was probably fine enough. I also don't want this to get too warm that I can't touch it and try and remove it. So we'll just stop it there. Unplug that. LTT screwdriver should have that option for his price. What option? The automatic option? Or the have Find My on it, since I can't find it right now. I think it's a very fair price. It is a very nice screwdriver. Yeah, there's probably other screwdrivers out there that do the same thing, but hey, YouTuber tax. Plus, they come in cool colors that most screwdriver people don't care about. I don't make any money off of it. So, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, that feels so much looser. It's still, like, stuck on there pretty good. There we go. Cool. That was a really viable option. Yeah. You want to be careful around, let's see, zoom in, focus on these guys right here. Keep popping off for me when I remove the heatsink. I don't know why. Oh, that just comes right off. Nice. That is just the secret, I guess, huh? I mean, this one didn't come off as gracefully, but it's still coming off very easily. Cool. There's that. Oh, it's not coming off as gracefully. If you do have an iFixit kit, oh, this is not on camera. I like to use the guitar picks that they include to scrape those off. Comes off pretty nicely. Because for the modding that I do, 90% of the time, I don't actually need those picks for anything. Okay, there's only a little bit of clay on here. Just wipe that off. Some IPA and keep on keeping on. Say Wally. It's actually really hard to read that. Welcome, new subscriber. we go. Good enough for me. I don't know where to put this. Right there. Okay, let's keep tearing this thing down. We'll zoom out a little bit more. Is it still in? Yeah, it's still in focus. Bought my first GameCube a few days ago. Already bought my second. Wow. Thank God. Consoles, especially retro ones, are super cheap in third world countries. $10 for a working one on Marketplace. Dang. Where do you live? Mikey or Rux probably before me, yeah. That's fair. Mikey's been going strong for 2 years now. That's an interesting power supply thing. I've never seen one look like this before. Just like that yellow block in particular, I don't think I've ever seen before. Okay. And, oh, yeah. Rubber feet. Ouch. Sometimes these are like the biggest pain in the butt to remove. And it'd be so nice if the companies that made this would just put new rubber feet in. Come on. Stupid. Oh my gosh. There we go. There's one. Good thing there's only two. Goodness. I remember trying to play Zelda Wind Waker on GameCube. I was too young to figure it out. I couldn't even complete the time trial on the pirate ship, but I still told everyone it was my favorite game. I mean, honestly, I'm not really a Zelda person. I've only really, if you followed along with the podcast before it ended, my only real experience with Zelda came last year, about like September time. I played Ocarina of Time. I struggled through that as a 24-year-old, and I struggled through Twilight Princess. Not as bad. Twilight Princess was better than Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time just is not a good game. It's to paraphrase our like hour and a half podcast, at least in my opinion, I think Ocarina of Time would be a really good game if it was made today. There's a lot of good things about it, but going to play it for the first time nowadays, it's not good. And like, I'm sure the 3DS port is a lot better, but it's still an N64 game at its core. Yeah, it's a very hot take. The laws are decided by Parliament, but the monarch assigns them into law, much like the president would. Interesting. Does he have any other, like, can he make any executive orders like the president can? Does he lead you into war? the commander-in-chief. Or is that his only actual duty that they still give them? I don't think Queen Lizzie was really doing too much, especially in her later years. I'm sure in her earlier years she was, but... Hey Jake, just modded my Super Nintendo with USB-C power supply and shell replacement. Decided to do the mod after watching your videos. Nice. That actually sounds like kind of a fun mod to do. Doing USB-C for a lot of those consoles. Especially because it's like, oh, the AC and DC crap that they mess with a lot in the early days. You gotta be careful depending on the region and all that. It's really annoying. Hi Jake, how are you? I'm doing good, Angelo. I see you're on vacation in Japan. How's that going? I'm jealous because I really want to go to Japan and it's really cheap right now. Hopefully you can find some good things for collecting if you like to collect. Hi Jake, I'm the British Defender, which somebody said I am earlier. The name is from an old Clash of Clans account I had. I hope you have a great day. Good to know I wasn't saying something that I shouldn't. You always got to be careful when someone says, hey, can you say this? But Philippines prices for retro stuff is OP. A good condition AGS 101 is like 20 USD, for example. Dang. Maybe I should hit the Philippines up. This is a take. Yeah. Ocarina of Time, it's not that good. Gotta be honest. Plus, like, a lot of the cool stuff about Ocarina of Time, like, are kind of like tropes now. I don't know if they necessarily started them, but like, there was something. There's like also like the big reveals, like I'm not even gonna say spoiler alert because or spoiler warning. I guess I am now. Like I think everybody knows that Sheik is just Zelda, and to me it was kind of obvious. But I don't know. I've also played Smash Bros before, and also like that is kind of like a trope now. I am no man. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't hold up as well as people think it does. And like, yeah, that's fine, you know? Not every game's gonna stand the test of time. Or the Ocarina of Time. I'm not trying to poop on anybody's favorite game or nothing. There are games that I absolutely adore that have not aged well. Like, I love playing Crazy Taxi. I'm so excited for them to make the new one. Crazy Taxi physics suck. They are garbaggio. But that's also not the highest rated game on Metacritic. For the time, Ocarina of Time was amazing. Since then, I want to like move this board around, but you don't want to touch like any of these components unless you want to get a good shocking. This isn't like the full power supply since the power supply is like a part of the cord, but this definitely holds a good amount of power. I think that there's probably a lot of things that came before Ocarina of Time that had something like that. The Sheik reveal. But I feel like it probably popularized it in like video games and new media. Either way, it doesn't really matter. It's like watching Star Wars for the first time nowadays. I think everybody knows that Darth Vader is Luke's father. It's kind of a lame reveal. But also, I would argue that you should go in timeline order if you're going to be showing something, or showing Star Wars to someone new. Because I think it's, I think the Palpatine stuff is cooler to experience in timeline order. And also just, I don't know, even though those movies from the prequels, not the best acting, I still think they're more fun to watch for me than either of the other trilogies. Maybe that's a hot take too. The original trilogy is still awesome, but I really like the Clone Wars storyline and stuff. I love Anakin, and Revenge of the Sith is definitely the best movie. Release order every time? Oh no. It's always release order, and that's not even up for debate for everything. Star Wars, Metal Gear Solid, Die Hard. Okay, well, did Metal Gear have any... Well, like, Die Hard doesn't have any prequels or nothing. Did Metal Gear Solid have any prequels? Like, if... That's only a debate for me if there is a prequel movie. Okay, apparently my Google Nest thought I was talking to her. She just pulled up some search results on the web. Don't know what about. I don't know why I'm putting these on yet. I shouldn't put these on yet. Because we need the solder. So let's do that. Put those back off to the side. But yeah, like, I haven't rewatched the MCU in a while, but I think I would want to watch that in timeline order. Timeline order. I don't think I've ever watched it in timeline order. That would be interesting. But usually I would do that in release order. Sometimes I also do like mostly release order, but then like Guardians of the Galaxy, I would do 1 and 2 back to back because those are supposed to be one right after the other. Oh, MGS3 is a prequel? I didn't know. See, like, I think you should play the God of War games. Actually. No, because then I think Ascension would be first. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think if you're new to God of War, I think you should start with 1, 2, and 3, then go to the PS4 and 5 games. And then the PSP and the Ascension, those are optional. But they're still solid games. What are you barking at now? There's not... Hold on. Okay, I think she's done. Let's do some soldering. Shall we? Alright, I'll do that real quick too. Let's start with this. I really liked Ascension. I was prepared for it to be bad. I don't think it was amazing by any stretch, but it was not as bad as people say it was. I have no doubt that people were probably tired of God of War games at that point, since there were so many. And like playing the PSP ones on an actual PSP sounds like a nightmare. But they're still solid games if you play them on the PS3 or if you emulate them, whatever, what have you. But I think you should definitely play 1, 2, and 3 before you go to 4 and 5. Even though they're not called 4 and 5. And also, as good as the new ones are, 1, 2, and 3 are still just so good. The originals, just better in my opinion. But they're like not completely different games. They're very different games. Very different games. God of War 3 is the best. Out of arguably one of the best games of all time. Yes, in release order. So many people nowadays are like, "Oh, I want to play God of War," and they play the PS4 one. That's just frustrating. Okay. We're going to line this up here. I guess I'll zoom in. Zoom in and focus. Just put a little flux there and a little flux there. And this is what I do to tack it down. I just get some solder on the tip. That was a lot of solder, but oh well. I'm gonna probably block it for a second. Just make sure it's all lined up. And then there we go. We're locked in. And we can just add a bunch of solder to a lot of these points. Oops. Don't need to do that many. Honestly, I'm probably overdoing it. Oh, and now we're bridging. That's fine. Get a little more flux out. Uh-oh. Okay, well, let's clean off the old soldering iron here. Okay, everything looks fine. over there. I'm gonna do this other side. Get the flux out of the way. Get the flux out of the way. There we go. Now, I've soldered more points than I actually need to, but we don't need to solder any more of those. The only thing that we do need to solder is we got to flip it over. We got to put some solder on this little line here. It's kind of hard to see. There we go. That line there. We got to solder those 2 points together. I have no idea why, but what I do is I just use whatever's left over on the tip and just no flux. Just make it messy. That way it'll easily bridge together and it doesn't matter. That's all you're trying to do. So you make soldering look easy. It's practice. It's actually not that hard, honestly. Getting a solder practice kit and just, if you get one of those ones where you actually get something like a Bluetooth speaker, or there's like a light up fidget spinner one that you can get, like something where you get something out of it. Those are cool. They're relatively cheap, and that way you won't break a Game Boy or a GameCube or a whatever $60 mod kit. But even then, Game Boy modding is relatively easy. Yeah, having flux and patience, it is not too hard. I believe in you. I don't know why I put that away, because we're about to do even more soldering. But I'm going to clean up this area because there's a little bit of flux there. I read so many Legends stuff before the sequel trilogy came out that when I watched them, I saw so many things pulled from Legends. I've heard that. I didn't really read much of the Star Wars stuff. I used to get it a lot from the library, but I never actually read them. I just saw them on the shelf at the library, and I was like, that's cool. And then I wouldn't actually read it. I barely sat through the sequel trilogy for Star Wars. It's not that bad. I feel like it gets a bad rap. It's 7 and 9 are fine. They're not amazing. 8 is terrible. I think it's a fine movie. It's not a good Star Wars movie. And plus, the director, I can't think of his name right now. He is a good director. He shouldn't have touched Star Wars. Knives Out, phenomenal movie. The second one was pretty good. Excited for the third one. But, yeah. Apparently, The Acolyte is not very good. I watched the first episode, but I honestly wasn't paying that much attention. And I've not heard great things about it since, and I haven't bothered to watch it since. Okay. I just don't understand why they would not just give the entire trilogy to J.J. Abrams. But maybe there was some reasoning for him to back out in the first place. The Acolyte was fine until the 5th episode, then it gets amazing. That's not what I've been hearing, but I don't know. I might try it again when if it's all done. I don't know if is it fully out yet. I'm excited for the second season of what's it called? Dang it. The other Star Wars show that was really good, that's like the prequel to Rogue One. That one is underrated. I don't know why people don't watch that. He only wanted to do one. There were 3 directors originally, then Colin backed out of doing episode 9. Don't blame him. I honestly can't even think of any other J.J. Abrams movies off the top of my head. But I'm going to put this up here so you guys can just see it real quick. Because all I'm going to do is add 2 bits of solder to these points. Then we're going to move on to soldering the Flex PCB to the GameCube. Oh, we're still not fully up to temp. Okay. There we go. Bam. Done. We've got our battery thing installed. So in 20 years, when your clock gets all screwed up, you don't have to solder to replace it. Alright. Now, I'm going to take the Flex PCB. I'm going to put some flux down on it. Did I not? There's a little bit there. Okay. And we're going to put it down like so. That's not really doing much because I'm going to need my tweezers to hold that down. There we go. Okay, I think, let me get a close up there. Okay, I think we're good now. Okay, yeah. Just want to double check. It's hard to do it from this angle, so we got to block your view sometimes. I think we're officially done with the soldering iron. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, I don't want to push down too hard on it though, because like all the components around it, I don't want to tear the ribbon cable. You also got to be careful. I did this recently. I have to zoom out a little bit so you can actually see it. I closed it up with the ribbon cable over this peg there. Tore right through it, and that sucked. So I got to tear it all apart and wire it up manually. The Flex PCB is honestly so awesome. I love it. And I totally could have put these on before I soldered. It's just easier to not have it in the way. So I like to do it last. Make sure you get both sides peeled off. Okay. There we go. Get the heat sink on there. I'm also going to cover the camera for a second there so I can line it up. Got to line it up with the screw holes. Then we can get to putting it back together. My back starting to hurt. We're an hour in. But I was also working on a Game Boy before this. So once again, since we're an hour into the stream here, if you are wanting to buy anything from my website that's not a shirt, it's not any merch that is not handled by me, order it now. Pretty much until within like 30 minutes post stream. Otherwise, it probably won't get shipped until next Tuesday. Because I'll be gone for the 4th of July. And I'm, probably just not going to ship anything beyond Tuesday today. Or Tuesday or today. Most likely everything will just go out today. And if there's anything that's bought tomorrow, sorry. Because I have other things to do before I leave. Yeah. Okay. I think that's really all we need to do. We can put our battery in, which is going to require some scissors to open up this 2032. Where'd it go? Oh, right there. And then we can get our new faceplate out. I don't think I saw any complaints about this, so clearly not too loud. I forgot that this is not very magnetic. That's probably the worst part about this one, is the magnetism is weak. Okay. Disk drive. That on. Make sure that it's not gonna ruin that. Cool. And then we can put a lot of those screws down, because you got to get these three screws down as well as that screw down before you can put the fan over it. Otherwise, you don't really need to worry about order. Let's hopefully fix the tilt going on here. No. Need to put a little more pressure down. Let's see. Andor, thank you. Andor. I knew it was another A. I could picture the title, but I couldn't think of it. Haven't really been in any modern TV shows. Watch Ted Lasso. Unless you're specifically talking about like Marvel, Star Wars stuff that we've been talking about. Ted Lasso, gotta be. It might just be my favorite show of all time now. It is so good. It's definitely top 3. It's made by the people who made Scrubs, and I don't know. Scrubs is an amazing show too. But Ted Lasso, it's only 3 seasons, unfortunately, but it is just phenomenal. Star Trek 2007. I don't know what that was in reference to, but I'm not a Star Trek person. I've never really tried Star Trek, to be honest. Oh, that's what he's... J.J. Abrams. I think I just connected those dots. Or I'm wildly off. That's the fun part about not reading every chat. or at least going back to read old chats. Okay. I see some long chats, so we'll get this screwed down, and then I'll talk about them while I'm screwing the rest of these down. Okay. I think a lot of people hating on some of the shows don't know all of the lore and reasoning behind some of the stuff, but this is coming from someone who read a bunch of the books and knows a lot of the lore. Yeah. But then sometimes people who know the lore get really upset when they get the lore wrong. I don't know. It's gotta be so tough being in charge of a like beloved franchise. Like, I don't envy the people who run Star Wars. As much as I love Star Wars, if I was offered the opportunity to take Kathleen Kennedy's job, I don't think I would want it. I don't know why they would offer it to me, but I wouldn't want it. If you have to know like 3 books of lore for the show to be good, then the show isn't doing a great job. Yeah, I agree. I fully agree. There was something that I watched recently, or I think it, honestly, it might have been Zelda. Now that I'm thinking about it, there was something where like I needed to know all this other stuff from other things to understand the thing I was watching or playing. I don't remember what it was, but I remember getting really worked up about it. That's yeah, I 100% agree. It should be able to be understood from the first viewing. That's why like the MCU is getting tougher and tougher to watch nowadays, because like if you're not watching the entire thing, you might be a little lost in some of the movies, but you shouldn't be too lost. But then again, like, I don't know, you shouldn't be mad if you're jumping into like the 3rd Harry Potter movie and you're like, oh, well, how am I supposed to know that when it was obvious in 1 and 2? But I can understand like the MCU jumping in with like Shang-Chi and you're like, what's going on? But that was pretty much a standalone movie. I don't know. Maybe not the best example. Sometimes you also just need to turn your brain off when you're watching a show. I know there's a lot of points where I'm like really frustrated with a show and I'm like, you know what? Why am I like looking at it as a reviewer? I just have that brain where I'm like, yeah, I'm a movie critic. Now, one of the things that I like about watching Marvel movies and then watching, or like, one of the things I like about watching Marvel movies is I like to watch the New Rockstars breakdowns after the movie or the show or whatever. And then when they add more context to scenes where they're like, oh, it's like from this comic and from this comic, and it adds to it, that's so cool. That's why I love watching their stuff, is because I'm like, I learn more about what's going on and I can appreciate it more. Like, what was Lord of the Rings? I watched Lord of the Rings for the first time like in the past month, and it was fine. I'm not really a fantasy person. I'm not really into that genre too much, but from a film appreciator, Those were awesome movies. But I didn't really get a ton of it because I never read the books. I didn't really know what to expect going into it. But then I watched the second channel of New Rockstars, the Deep Dive. I watched those videos on those 3 movies, and I appreciated the story and everything so much more. I understood it better. And then I watched it in theaters, which, by the way, both times I've watched all 3 of those movies were the extended cut, which is too much for 1 month. But because a couple weeks later, after watching it for the first time, I went to see it in theaters, the extended cuts, and I liked it a lot more the second time around. Even though it was not the most comfortable theater seats. But like having additional knowledge after the fact can make it a lot better. But things still need to stand on their own. You shouldn't have to depend on YouTubers to make it better. I think there's been a few Marvel movies where I'm like, yeah, I appreciated it more after watching a YouTuber talk about it. Like, I think I liked Captain Marvel a little bit more after the fact. But the second one, I should say, the Marvels. But that still wasn't a very good movie. Okay. Almost forgot this. Also, I like to reuse the springs on from the old consoles, just because the new springs don't always close as well. I think it's partially the plastic pieces and partially the spring, but I do like to reuse the springs for the memory card covers. Pro tip. But yeah, okay, this one's not springing back very well either way. Oh well. Maybe I'll try a new spring for this other one, see if it's any better. But I've been having better luck with the original springs. That kind of bounced back. Nope. Not really. Yeah. Oh well. I could reuse the original ones, but they're a little yellowed, so I think we'll just go with the new ones. Oh, I need to put those in. Hello, Rux. I've binged the extended cuts when I was in high school. Yeah, well, I pretty much binged them. Not like in one day. I don't know. It was very spread out the first time I watched it, but then when we watched it in theaters, it was like Friday or Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. One movie every day, 3 days in a row. After just watching all the extended cuts a couple weeks prior, it was just too much Lord of the Rings in 1 month. But now my Instagram feed on my personal Instagram is full of Lord of the Rings memes because I almost never go on my personal account. I love New Rockstars. Yeah, it adds to the movies, but I don't need to know all that beforehand. Exactly. I also love his theories. I think Eric is such a cool dude. I'd love to make a mod for him. I'm sure a lot of the people on New Rockstars would appreciate the work I do, as nerdy as they are. Also, one of my favorite things about New Rockstars, I can't think of his name right now. I feel bad because I do like him. I just don't watch the Tommy Bechtold. I like him because my mom, one of her favorite shows is The Middle. I don't know if it's her favorite show, but she really likes The Middle. If you don't know New Rock Stars or The Middle, Tommy was on The Middle. He was Kenny. Unless he said that and that's a joke, I'm pretty sure it wasn't. He does joke a lot, but I'm pretty sure he actually was Kenny. Okay. Also, always leave the lid open when we put the top half on. I don't know what that was, but it's like dried flux. Is there flux on here? No? Anyways, let's get those last 4 screws in. And then we gotta clean the feet off and put that in. Ted Lasso is amazing. I knew I liked you, Josh. See, I'm just reading chat real quick. See if there's anything I wanna respond to. It was probably DVD because Lord of the Rings came out, wasn't that early 2000s? I mean, it's possible they could have put it on VHS. They still put movies on DVDs today. But that collab would be nuts. It'd be cool. I could put a bunch of Easter eggs in a Game Boy for them to try and find. Okay, let's screw these down real quick. I don't know what I would do for a build for them. I feel like it would have to be Marvel. Something Mephisto related. Nope, that's not right. Oh no. Not the bits. Son of a gun. Okay, well one of those screws is gonna fall out. Yep. I'm gonna mute my mic because I'm gonna make some loud noises here. There's like some black that just rubbed off there. I don't know how that happened. Just avoid that for a second. Let's put all these bits back together. And yes, I have to have it super extendo like that because otherwise it would not reach. I think that's the right hole. Nope, I've already done that one. Okay. So top right, bottom left. Sometimes wiggling the screws around. Oh, there we go. We'll fit it perfectly into the screw hole. Okay. Now we should be good. I'll make sure that all these are tight. There we go. We can put this not like that, but in there. But we got to prepare the SD card. which I have swapped over to Team Group because Team Group is reputable enough. They're not quite SanDisk, but SanDisk stopped doing the 10-pack that I normally was getting, so we're doing Team Group. Either way, it's an SD card. It's fast enough. It's only 32 gigs, which is enough to get you started. If you want to have more than that on there, you can get your own dang SD card. But I also have a collection of like 20 or 30 of these things now, the adapters, because each one of them comes with one. I don't need all of them. It's too many. You're not going to be able to see me do the transfer of anything, but I guess I should not pull that up. I want to pull this up. I finally put the GameCube modding stuff on my my iCloud so I could do it from my PC or my Mac. So I don't have to run into my room, turn on the computer just to do all this. So we're transferring stuff. It's going to take a second here. And that's it. Pull this up. Gonna eject the SD card. Pull this back out. Slot the SD card in there. This side faces inside. Like that. Whoop. Plop this in there. I guess we can clean the feet off. And the dog's probably about to start barking, so I'm probably going to mute for a second while I get all of the cords set up. Since we've been talking about it, what's your favorite fandom? I was going to say what's your favorite Star Wars movie. What's your favorite fandom? Are you a Star Wars person, Marvel person, Lord of the Rings? Let me know. Okay, the dog didn't bark, but I gotta take these back out because I forgot to put this thing in. So we'll do that real quick. I'm also gonna plug in my laptop real quick because it's starting to die. There we go. Because I had it unplugged so I could plug in the GameCube. I only have a limited number of outlets over here. Okay. Should be able to just lift this up like that. I'm gonna not flip it over to make my life easier for the screws not getting out of place. And drop that back down, and hopefully everything still lines up pretty well. Okay. And that should still be lined up. Cool. Can flip that over. We can put our jewel in. Whoa. Oh. The sticker didn't stick to that. It stuck to the other piece. Nice. And Can peel these back. There's one. And no, I could leave these peels for the customers. One, I'm going to need to take fancy pictures of this. But two, it's almost impossible. I shouldn't say impossible. It's very hard to peel these ones off when it's stuck down. So I don't want anyone to end up accidentally scratching their shiny new GameCube trying to peel that off. So that's why I do it before. But anyways, I'm going to go grab a game, set up all of the... Why is there like flux residue on this? Hold on. There's like dried flux here, and I don't think it's from me because I cleaned up my space. I mean, it's still a little dirty. I don't know. Dishwasher's done. Alright, I'm gonna grab Mario Kart and we're gonna plug this stuff in. I also need to get my HDMI adapter. Oh, there's one right here. Just kidding. I think this is my old one that doesn't work so well, so it might not work first try here. I can unravel this a little bit. Plug that sucker in. Probably gonna forget that I need to plug this back into the wall before we start it, but I'm gonna give my computer a little bit more time to charge. I guess, oh, I'll plug this. I don't need my soldering iron anymore, so I'll plug it into that one. I'm a genius. Alright, Mario Kart. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Remember how I said don't close it? Don't put the top half on without the lid being open? And then the second time, I didn't have the lid open. And I don't know if that picked up on the mic, but there was a little bit of a snapping noise when I finally got that to open. I think I just broke the little sensor for closing the lid. Guess we'll find out. I didn't grab a controller. Actually, does this still have batteries in it? It does. I will just use the crappy wireless fake Wavebird one. And we'll swap over to the games tab. Oh. Swap over to the games tab. Hold up. Let's fit the screen. There we go. Move that over so we can pop up with my face cam. Hello. And I'm not blocking anything. I think we're good now. Okay. It's the HDMI adapter, by the way. Because this is my old one that I've put in like a million different consoles. So, it is a little glitchy. And the fake Wavebird controller is not working anymore. Okay, I'm gonna go grab a wired controller. Nice. I mean, these batteries might just be dead, but that controller sucks. There we go. All right, we'll go games and Crazy Taxi. Let's see if the disk drive works. Yep, I broke that. So we'll get to go back in and fix that. Woo! But we'll just make sure that the SD card works, which it obviously is since we're able to load up Crazy Taxi. But let's actually make sure the game runs. While that loads, I'm going to look for the other one I've got. Oh. That might be another problem. I think the only one of the lid open sensors I've got is this one from Video Game Restoration, and I never got this one to work. So this sucks. I don't know if I have... Oh, actually I do. I have a for parts GameCube. Oh. Well, that one doesn't look like it works either. Never mind. It's not in the best shape. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to order more of those. I guess I could try that other one. It just doesn't look like it's in the best shape. I don't have anything to lose, really. So let's just play a round of Crazy Taxi real quick. I don't know if you guys can even hear the audio. Answer is no, apparently. Okay, that's fine. Also, keep in mind, the delay that you're about to see me have is not from the game. It is from, or not from the mod. It's because of the streaming software that I'm using. It's actually, oh yeah, I forgot because I swapped to a good capture card. It's not as bad anymore. It's still mostly the streaming software. There's a bit of a delay to it. But I'm also wired up with the controller too. But as far as I'm aware, there's no delay on the Kaiko HDMI adapter that I recommend. And there's no delay from the mod or the SD card or anything like that. But I'm playing through this through Streamlabs is how I'm able to view this. So it's not really meant to work as a gaming monitor. I'm also on the MacBook. I don't know what the delay is on the screen. I just realized I don't have anybody to pick up. We'll pick up this person since I am not thinking about it. I'm trying to talk and game at the same time. So you're saying that you're my bad luck charm, Rox? Is that what you're trying to say? Do I get to blame my problems on you? I'm kidding. I'm just hitting everyone and everything today. I just pushed that taxi in front of a bus. Man, I love this game. The soundtrack is also really good. Maybe it's a good thing I don't have the audio playing for this. Let's see. The RB station. What does RB stand for? Does anybody know what the name of the city in Crazy Taxi is? Because I don't. I don't even know if it has a name. I assume internally there's a name. What a great slide. Right into picking them up. Beautiful. I thought I was going to have to move a little bit closer to be in the pickup circle. Oh, are they running away? Do I get to pick them up too? Beautiful, dude. Oh my gosh. This is one of my better runs. Except for this is kind of a long drive to the police station. And there's not really shortcuts that I'm aware of. I usually don't go to this part of the town. Most of the time I don't go past the church. Maybe that's why I always end up with a Class C license. Is that your best? Dude. Oh my. See what I mean about the physics? This is what I was talking about earlier. Okay. There we go. CT Hospital. I don't know if... Oh, go! See? Like, I'm just spinning out here. Oh, maybe shouldn't have taken that turn. Yeah, nope, and we're losing control. Dang it. I'm gonna guess I got a C. Yep. Class C, 21st. I don't know if I've ever gotten a Class B. I did the Pico boot mod on my GC, and I spent like 3 hours troubleshooting it just for it to be the wires were too long. Yeah, dude, that's why I swapped over to the what's it called? The QSB, the quick solder board, the Flex PCB. I don't want to register my name because it just made it so much easier to think brain. It's so much easier to not have to worry about the length of the wires or anything. Because why do they still include too long wires when it can mess it up sometimes? Not all the time, but sometimes. But okay, let's tear this one apart. A little loose plastic in here. We are an hour and 40 into the stream. I won't do this much longer. Guess I'm gonna have to take these out anyways. So let's flip it over. And yep, one of those completely broke off. So, for those who don't know, this piece goes in right there. and that would normally trip the sensor. So when you have it open, it's pushed back like this, I think, and then this is closed, or vice versa. This is open, and then this is closed, pushing back. There's two of them, and this one usually breaks. Sometimes both of them will break because of where is it? This tab right here. It's kind of hard to see. This tab right there. When you open it, it moves, and that's what hits that. That's how it knows whether it's open or closed. So we are going to maybe need a different screw. No? Okay. Can undo that. And what VGR did, Video Game Restoration, shout out to him because he is an awesome dude. He made a mod where it's a magnet, and you just have this there, and when you put this magnet on that tab, and then when the magnet is close, it will sense it, and then that way it's a little bit nicer. It doesn't break as easily, or really in theory it shouldn't break at all. But this was a prototype board that he sent my way, and I never got it to work. I'll try it if the other board I have doesn't work. But this switch doesn't look the best either. It doesn't look like it springs back. But maybe it will still work. I have no idea. We shall see. If that doesn't work, we'll try VGR's board. And we're not going to screw anything down until we've fully tested it. Plug it back in. VGR is good, people. Yes, he is. I broke it because I closed the lid, or put the top half on with the lid closed, not open. Which I didn't know was a thing until... It doesn't happen every time, because I don't think I did that in my original tutorial. And so I never told people, and then I learned the hard way a couple of times, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should do it with the lid open. And every time I do it with the lid open, it doesn't break. Yeah. Okay. Let's flip over to the games tab. Let's hit that so we can plug the controller back in. And eject DVD. Lid's open. Okay. Great. I forgot. Forgot that I didn't screw that down. Nice. Okay. Unplug that. We'll see. Oh. I'm looking around for this when I was just sitting in my lap. I'm going to grab... There's some double-sided tape in the kit. I know we used it on this, but the Flex PCB comes with more double-sided tape and more thermal pads. So we've got an extra one that we can use here. And We will open the lid. Guess we should probably cut the double-sided tape. It's a little bit bigger than that tab. Cut it in half. Probably cut it into quarters, actually. It does not need to be that long. It's not... I guess that's semi-clear to show that off to you. And we can peel that peel. I really hope this works. Otherwise, we're gonna have to wait a week or so. That out. Okay. Magnet has been applied. Why did I close that? Because we want to leave that... Oh. Gotta install the board too. And okay. Oh, whatever. We don't need that in. For what we're doing, it'll be fine. Where we're going, we don't need that yet. And we can flip that. Plug this in, turn it on. Eject. Nope, that's not what I want. DVD. Lid's open. I'm going to try one more thing because I don't know if it's just like that magnet's not strong enough. I want to say it's just a dud sensor, unfortunately. But somewhere not in there. Maybe I threw them away. I had a stack of magnets somewhere. I was just gonna load a bunch of those up on that, but I don't know where I put them. Give me a moment. It's called Pico Boot, and it's linked in... I think it's linked in the description. It should be. And if you're talking about this mod, it's Video Game Restorations mod. It's not really a mod, though. More of a fix. Found it. Wait. Okay. We'll just try this. I'm gonna flip it over. We're still loaded up and everything, so I can just press the power button. We got a stack of magnets right here. HDMI adapter, can we work? Come on, you old thing. Unless I'm on the wrong... Oh, I was on the wrong one. Never mind. Okay. Stack of magnets. And put it right up against the sensor. And we're gonna go... Alright, eject. I know there's some artifacting on screen. It's my HDMI adapter. Oh gosh. Is it... Are the magnets affecting it? No. It's just not a very good adapter. Okay. Anymore, I should say, because it's really worn down. I should really just get the one that I currently use out, so I don't have to struggle with this, but this used to be my personal one until I wore it down so much that it hardly works. Kaiko's fine. I mean, I don't know if they've done anything like actually bad to anybody. There we go. Okay, magnets are next to the sensor. Lid's open. Yeah. I don't know what it is. Unless we just don't want the magnet next to it. Maybe it's reversed somehow. No, okay. If I short these together, I'm just putting my... Yeah, okay. I guess this is technically ESD safe. So let's put the soldering iron across it. We're shorting those 2 points with my soldering iron. I know you can't see it. It's still lit open. I think it might just be a bad board is what it is. Bad PCB. I don't know. What if I... short those pins directly here? Still nothing. Okay. I've jammed my tweezers into the wires here, so they are shorted. Disc spinning. Boom. You gotta see this real quick. This is what I'm doing. And it's working. That's literally all the switch is connecting 2 points together. Nice. And we can swap back over to the games. It works. And we let go. So what if I desoldered... I guess we should flip back over to here. What if I desoldered this and put it on this board? I just don't know which points I would solder it to. Might as well try, right? I'm gonna try it. Sounds like a fun experiment. It'd be sick if Richard was in the stream and he could tell me what to do. I don't know if he tried this or not. I'm not going to zoom in for this because we've got limited space on the table right now. I'm going to try and move this over as much as I can, though. Well, this is like a really weird switch for like it literally just being connect 2 points. So, but yes, this is where I learn new stuff. Why don't I put the desoldering wick on those? Might make my life a little bit easier. It's also really awkward to solder on this. We're doing it. Sort of. That is also a solder point. Okay. Goodness gracious. Gotta love trying to solder on a not flat surface. Or rather, desolder, I guess. Okay. Now this should come out. Except for that pin, which we can probably pull out by doing that. There we go. Okay, let's... Okay, so if this was in... Whoa. How was this in? Oh. Like that? I know I'm not really... I'm trying to figure things out before I talk. Because I don't really know what I'm doing here. Seems to be that we just need to connect these 2 pins in the middle. Oops. And that will be our key to success, is my guess. I guess... Well, let's just try this. I think this is right. And if this doesn't work, we can do the shorting method. With this board. Oops. Figured that was going to happen. Just trying to twist it so it would face the right way, but that did not work. Dang it, I did it again. Still not in there deep enough. Come on now. I'm trying to do the soldering without burning my thumb. But it's proving very difficult. This wire doesn't want to stick through there. Okay. We'll see how well that goes. We just need to actually see if this works before we try and arrange the magnet thing in a way that it works. So we'll plug this back in. I almost tried to plug this into my soldering iron. Nice. And I don't think we really need to show the... Actually, we do. So, I was going to say, I don't think we really need to show off the gameplay yet. But we kind of do, because I need to get to the right point where we actually see... Oh, come on now. Where we actually see this thing. So, DVD, lid open. Okay. What if I short... Where's my tweezers at? Where did I put them? Right there. If I short those 2 points... Does it... No. Okay. Let's flip this board over. What 2 points do I need to short? Is it those 2 points? No. Is it these 2 points? I need to... No. It's not those 2 points. Can I... No, that's not what I want. If I go to the IPL, is that going to load into... No. Oh, exit, duh. Okay. I don't really want to be in this menu. I just want to be at the point where if I short those 2 points, it works. I can like see instant, yep, instant results there. Okay. So if I did that, no. Dude, those 2 points? Nope, those 2 points? Aha! Okay. I know what 2 points now. I was just in the wrong spot. Let's flip back over. I'll explain what I'm talking about. So, we wanted to solder to... Where's it in focus? All right. These 2 spots of the 4 that I desoldered, the ones that don't have any solder are where I actually needed to solder to. So, in theory, we should be able to desolder. Nope, not, I didn't say Siri. I said in theory. We should be able to desolder these 2 points. Oh, I need to plug the soldering iron back in. we should be able to desolder that switch. I don't know how to desolder this properly. Nope. Oh, well, that side just came out. So. That works too. Okay. We want to be on this side. And this side. And we want it to be approximately right there. Just gonna get a little solder on my tip. And do this the not so correct way. But it's fine because it works. And then we will fix it with some flux. Then we should be done. Okay. Now, in theory, this should work. Assuming that that switch does work. And then we can finally finish the stream. Okay. Let's swap over to that one. I gotta plug the GameCube back in. Okay. Power on. Kaiko, work. I just realized we can't even the disc won't read because it's a Japanese GameCube American disc, but we'll just go if we would have done it through the normal GameCube menu. But this menu, it should work. Hallelujah! It works. All right. Let's turn it off real quick. I'll flip back over to... Oh, wrong one. That. We will fully install this board. Let's see if it works. With the magnet that we placed in it already. Where's the lid? There's the lid. Lid open. Lid shut. Oops, the power cable is running in there. Okay. Lid close. We're gonna look through the back here. Lid close. Cool. Lid open. Lid close. Okay, I feel like we should adjust this a little bit more. Here. Hopefully this doesn't break. You guys can't see what I'm doing. I'll I'll focus it there, but that's about all I can really do. Just trying to get this there. Okay. Now let's try it before we screw it all back together. Make sure this works. Oops. No. Okay. Oops. Oops. There we go. I'm gonna add some more magnets here. If I can. Be a little tough. Wait. These magnets seem to be a little bit bigger. We'll stack a couple up there, because I've got plenty of these. Okay. I feel like that's probably plenty. 4 magnets there. Bit more magnetism. And we can flip over and try this again. Let's go. Let's go. Woo! All right. We're going to put it back together. Then we will try it one more time. And it's going to work. I mean, no problems. No problems whatsoever. So to recap, this board was just not good the whole time. For whatever reason, it was a prototype. Oh well. And then I used one of the original boards, the one that I broke today, to put that thing on it. And then yeah, it worked. I had to put a little more magnet power on there, including the one that he gave me. I put 3 others, I guess, on from this stack that I've had for a really long time now. And that was enough magnet power to reach that. So I'm now realizing that might be a problem now. But we'll see. We might have to shave off that. So we're not going to screw it together yet. But we will try it one more time. Hopefully it just works. Because I'm at my wit's end. We still got 22 people in here. Thank you for sticking around for this. I have a feeling that piece of plastic is just blocking it. And I think... Here, I'll do it with the original shell. I'm going to flush cut off these posts on the original shell that we had. And we'll try it that way, just in case it messes it up. We'll have to unplug that. And just want to make sure that is as good as we can get it. There we go. I do kind of like the look of the silver on the indigo there. 25 months. Dang, Rux. Over 2 years now. Thank you very much. We were just talking about that earlier. I didn't want to go full face cam there. That's what it looks like before we swap over the GameCube. I also got to turn on the game. I got to plug in the GameCube. But yeah, thanks very much, Rux. One of the very first members of the channel, if not the very first. Okay. Just work. Why? Where did we go wrong? Okay. Does this part even show up? Can we like fully... shave that off? Oh yeah, that's not even going to show up, I don't think. No, that's not going to show up. Okay, we'll fully scrape that off. Maybe that is a part of the instructions, but... Where did my flush cutters go? Oh, right there. So, I'm going to cut this part that sticks out completely off here. We're gonna do it again with that back piece off, just so I can see what's going on here. Scooted those down as far as I could. Pushing this up as far as I can. Closing that. That looks beautiful. Okay. that's like pretty much touching it. So should be able to plug those in. Should be able to swap on over. Plug the controller back in. It's spinning. We're working. Cool. Turn it off. Flip it back over. Unplug everything. Lift it up. Put the trimmed back piece on. So now it should not be affected by that. Click it into place. That went in pretty easily. Boom. Boom. Turn it on. Swap back over. It's spinning. Ladies and gentlemen, even though it's not popping up on screen right now for some reason, spinning up again. Boom. While this loads, I'm going to trim this up to match what we just did to the platinum one. Flip. Nope. Wrong one. There we go. Flip back over. Unplug this stuff as my camera wiggles to the right side of the table. Then we can move that. Throw it over your shoulder because we don't need it anymore. That is all trimmed up and should fit. The lid is open so we can close it. Boom. Close that. Beautiful. And because I'm so confident this is going to work, we're going to screw it together. We're going to wiggle all those screws into place. Hopefully. And this is the moment where I'm thinking I can't wait to message VGR and say, hey, go check out the last like hour of the stream. Because I did it. So I know it was pretty disappointing when it didn't work. The first time I tried this. This was like probably a year ago now. That was like right next to the microphone. My apologies. But it's been a long stream. Okay. Now. Which, by the way, I know I'm about to list this for sale. If this at any point goes bad, I will fix it. And I will also thoroughly test this before it's shipped out. So, I will stand behind my work. I always stand behind my work. And it's spinning. I could hear the... Oh, that is just my HDMI adapter once again. It is old. It is heavily used. and it needs to be retired. But I mean, it kind of was retired. I just forgot how bad it was. I did not already break it by saying that. It works. Woo! Ugh. I would love to be retired. I enjoy this stuff. Don't get me wrong, but it is more fun as a hobby. It's still very fun to do this as a job, though. Continue. That's a weird way to phrase that. Start game. I guess I'll just do a time trial then. Oh. D-pad does not work in this game. Yoshi and let's go Baby Ouija. First person to name a map, I'll play it. Just kidding, I'm overwriting. Just kidding, I'm overwriting that, and I'm gonna go with DK Mountain because it's my favorite. Yoshi's Island is a close second, though. 3, 2, 1. I never know the timing for Double Dash. It's a weird one. I also don't like how you only get 2 mushroom. Oh my gosh, the input delay. Thank you, Streamlabs. I don't like that they only give you 2 mushrooms for time trials and Double Dash. That probably wasn't the optimal way to use the mushroom, but it's probably just going to hurt me in the long run. Either way, this is the tail end of the stream here. If you are wanting... Oh, no. Oh. This is so much harder with even this small delay that it has, which I will reiterate one more time. That is not the mod or the HDMI adapter. It is my capture card. Well, it's not even my capture card because it's a good capture card now. It is me using my computer as a monitor, like through Streamlabs. So it's going through the Streamlabs software, which is not the best. I don't have an actual monitor over here to plug it into. Otherwise, I would not have input delay. It's not input delay. It's screen delay. There we go. Much better turn. I did it early. Should have a much better time here. 49 seconds. Can we beat that? Probably not after that. Okay. I will be listing this in just a few moments. I have sold an Indigo GameCube before, but not a new shell variant. So I'll probably just use the nice picture that I took of that for a new listing. And then I'll add the carousel of pictures that I normally have for GameCubes later. And final stretch. This is probably where you should use the mushrooms on that bridge. Second lap was probably my best. Yeah, easily. All right, cool. Yeah, let's list this thing. And there's no sound right now from the game because I don't know. I had some with Streamlabs, I think. I always struggle to get the sound to work. But I'm going to list this now if you are interested in buying this. I know I probably scared a few people off with the past hour of the stream, but it does fully work, and I will 100% make sure that this works. I'm thoroughly going to test this before it's sent out like normal, but probably even more thoroughly, because this is a new mod for me. I'm struggling to find the Shopify app. There we go. It's in the same spot as always. Search Indigo. And we can duplicate. We can call it new shell. Ooh. I can't keep the images because it's gonna... Shopify has not been liking that lately. Let's see. Dig through my pictures here. I don't even remember when I sold that Indigo GameCube. It's right there. Well, that was easy. So I'll just have the one photo for now, but you've been able to watch this whole stream. And $224.99. Nope, that's not right. $224.99. Nope, that's not right either. I'm not selling it for $22,000. I would, if anybody wants to pay $22,000 for this, that would be awesome. Make one available. Active. Save. There we go. It is now up. Thank you, Rux, for the link in the chat. The link is also in the description if you want it. Shopify's been good for me. It's just like sometimes the app will just have a random, like, oh, this just doesn't work anymore. Like duplicating listings. I can't copy it if I am trying to copy the pictures as well. It does it, but it says there's an error. And then it is kind of like a ghost listing that doesn't really exist. It's really weird. But yeah, I will reiterate that if you want anything from the website now, buy it today. Buy it in the next hour. Buy it right now. Otherwise, it's gonna probably be until next Tuesday before I ship it out, because I'm gonna be gone for 4th of July. Thank you to the 17 of you who have stayed around for this whole stream. Do I still use Sendico? I am working on the final piece of the trilogy, because I did Bai, I did Sendico, and I'm working on the Zen Market video right now. All I have to do is edit and script and do all of that. But I have the stuff. You might be able to see one of the things in the background, but it's kind of hard to see right there. That's all the hint you're getting right now. No, well, there's a weird shot of the GameCube. Really knocking the cord that much messed it up? Okay, well, we'll just... Okay. But yeah, I'm working on the Zen Market video. And then I'll have a final conclusion on which one I think is the best. And whoever that is, it's not Bai. I can tell you that. Either Sendico or Zen Market, I will probably reach out to them to do another sponsored video so I can buy more stuff. Do more of a tutorial video on how to use it and stuff. But yeah, Sendico's good. I have no complaints, really. I do have some complaints, but you can watch that video. I just don't need to use it right now. I haven't needed to use it yet, but I know I'll have a need to use one of those services in the future. So I will have a final decision hopefully within a month. Hopefully at the end of July that video will go up. We'll see. It's a big video. So we'll see. Hopefully that answers your question. Yes, everybody have a good 4th of July, except for the British people. No, just kidding. It's probably just another day for you guys. It would be funny if that was a sad day in England. I mean, it's gotta suck knowing that you lost the greatest country on Earth. Nah, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, 4th of July, have a good time. If you're out in Canada, have a good Canada Day for what's left of it. And I will see you guys. I don't know if I'm going to stream next Monday. I get back Sunday. I don't know. It depends on how tired I am. I might not stream on Monday. But maybe I will see you guys on Monday. If not, maybe this Friday for a video. If I decide I want to post it early, probably next Friday. That's most likely the day I'll see you guys next. So I will see you guys on the second channel tomorrow. I don't know what video is posting, but there's a video on the second channel tomorrow. Later, guys. That was probably like the longest I've held the salute up there.